Started. Okay, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for jumping on tonight. We are focusing on week 2 of our new consultant training, and a couple things that you might want to have handy. You want to take some notes, but you also want to make sure that you have our new consultant welcome packet or training packet for new consultant training. So I'm going to pull it up so you can reference it. If you do not have it, message me so that we can email it to you, or I can tag you on our Facebook files page so that you can see where it is and print this. The best part about this entire sheet is that you earn free product. Who does not love free product, right? So when you complete all 13 steps to success, you will get an additional $100 in free product from me. Okay, and we'll just quickly glaze over some of these things. Number one, most of you have probably held your welcome orientation. We've gone over what's in your bag. We've done your business plan quiz. We've had a discussion about money management, inventory management. Number 3, have you set up your Mary Kay website for customers? Okay, that's huge. That's big and it's important, especially now as we get into the holiday season. Number 4 is probably going to happen after your first party. Okay, so we want to make some time for that. That's going to be a money management coaching call. And you're going to hear me talk a lot about inspecting what we expect. I want to make sure that the money you collect at your party, we make good choices with, because it's very easy to put yourself in debt and have poor money management skills. So we want to make sure we build that strong together. Okay, so after your first party, we'll have a money management coaching call. Apps. Here's a list of all the apps you want to have. For most of you, the big 3 are going to be the Great Start, the My Customers, and the Digital Showcase. And we're going to reference those a lot. Okay, so you don't have to have all these, but those are the first 3 are the most important for you, especially the Great Start, because it's going to track all your bonuses. Because in addition to this that I offer, Mary Kay offers bonuses in your first 4 months. Okay, so if you came on board in September, October, November, December would be your 4 months. So think of the month you came on board, that counts as month 1, and then you have 3 additional months, and you get a ton of bonuses, and we'll review those here in just a moment. Complete your 24/24 challenge. That's something you either do before or after your debut to help you grow through social media and grow your customer base. We're going to have you plug into our weekly meeting, and when you attend 8, you earn another $100 in free product. Now they have to be 8 consecutive, and they can be 8 consecutive meetings virtually, or they can be 8 consecutive meetings in person. Okay, now new consultant training doesn't count because there's only 4 weeks of that, and that's free. But whether you do our virtual meeting or you do our in-person meeting, it's $5 per consultant, and then you earn $100 in free product. So worth it, so worth it. Graduate from new consultant training. That's what many of you are finishing up now, so very exciting. Complete your perfect 12. So we're going to talk about that tonight. That's our topic tonight. Career surveys, we'll talk about next week, and adding and building a team, and of course, being a star. So when you finish your star, and our star quarter ends September 15th, that's a Saturday. I know Shelby that's on here, she's a star. Amanda that's on here is a star. And Bree is like a hot breath away from finishing her star. That's a huge deal in the Mary Kay world, okay? And then of course, helping you earn your red jacket. Okay, and that's where a lot of money comes in, a lot of money. If you would like lots of money, can you hear me say lots of money? Like if you would like lots of money, you want to be a red jacket, okay? All right, so that is your 13 checklist, and if you're on these new consultant training videos, this is for you, okay? So we're going to kind of jump right back. We're going to review just a little bit from last week, and last week we talked about this Power Start script. And we talked about, okay, how do we get started in Mary Kay? The first thing we're going to be doing is to do our Mary Kay contact list, okay? And to fill this out with as many people as we know. In fact, the more pages of people you have, the better your business is off to a great start. Because every day we want to call 10 women. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Give yourself Sunday off. But think about it. You can make 10 calls or 10 text messages. And you can utilize the script that's up here. Up here, Power Start day 1, okay? And what you do is you're gonna call and or text. I like doing them both together. And then you're gonna do your next 10, okay? The next day. And then your third 10 on Wednesday, okay? You'll go through a whole week. And then you're gonna go back, when you start the new week over, you're gonna go back to the first set of 10 you called or texted, and we're gonna do the next script. Some of them might have reached out to you by then, some might not have, but this is the routine you get into. So, your first week in Mary Kay, you should be contacting 10 women times 6 days. That's 60 people. Okay. The goal is, if we do this the right way, by the end of your first 2-3 weeks, you will have 10 parties on your books. Okay. Using these scripts, and then also using these professional tips on how to turn a facial into a party and how to coach. Okay. So that's what we're going to pick up today, is how to coach, why we coach, and the Perfect 12 worksheet. So first and foremost, what happens when we get a yes? When someone's like, oh my gosh, I am super, super excited. Yeah, I'll help you. What do I got to do? And then you're like, well, okay, so let's have some options, right? So one option is going to be that you need to practice what we're teaching you. So you need to practice 5 parties. Write that down. That's your first big goal, 5 parties. And we want to hold, ideally, a party is you, a hostess with 2 friends. So it's like around a kitchen table. But if you're a smart entrepreneur, for the same amount of work and time invested, we're going to want to make that a perfect party. And that's aiming to be in front of 6 to 8 women. Okay. So first of all, got to make sure you have enough mirrors for that. Right. So always make sure you have at least 8 to 10 mirrors. That's what I've always personally carried with me. And I focus on getting 5 parties, and my goal is to coach them, get them to be with the attendance of 6 to 8. Okay. Now, your average Mary Kay party is going to sell about $200, $250 in products for about 3 or 4 people. Okay. Now just think about that. That's not bad. That's like $100 profit for about 2 hours of work. But if you could increase that to 6 to 8, for that same 2 hours of work, maybe a half an hour more because there's more people, you're probably going to hit a $500 or a $700 average. So think about that. For the same amount of hours, would you rather come home with $350 or $250 versus $100? It's like a no-brainer. So that's why we start you with just getting the bookings and having 3 or 4 people, but that's why we want to build you to that perfect party where you're in front of 6 to 8. Now, coaching process is really important because you want to make sure that the appointment holds and that you're prepared and that you are taking all the stress away for the hostess and her guests. Okay, so I'm going to pull back up our little worksheet here. Okay, and so when you have somebody who says, yeah, sure, I can totally help you out. What I love about these scripts is that it gives you an incentive, right? So, a fun thing, Sarah, about your appointment is that you can invite your most favorite girlfriends and you receive a $10 gift card and an additional $10 for every friend who comes. You can get up to $50 in free product. So what do you think about inviting some friends? Who comes to mind, right? So you're basically encouraging her to invite some friends and rewarding her with more free product. Now think about that. If she invites 4 friends, okay, 4 or more, she gets $50 in free product. That's going to cost you $25. The chances of you not selling $25, if we don't sell $50 or $25 to break us even, we have a bigger issue here, right? But seriously, the product sells. This is going to be amazing. The average party sells about $250. So this is really kind of like a cheap, watered down version of a hostess program that actually allows you to make more money than giving a real hostess program. So that's one of the great things. So that's the next step you're going to say, okay? And then immediately you're going to go to this orange script, the initial coaching to get the guest list. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Seriously, Sarah, thank you for your support. I will totally take care of all the work so you don't have to worry about it. The only thing I need from you is a list of the girlfriends you want to invite, and I will take care of everything else. I have some really cute invites I'll even send out to your friends. And you guys can do text invites. That's what I do. I don't really mail anything anymore, but you could do that. We also have the e-card system on Mary Kay InTouch, and those are super cute. You can also do something on Facebook, right, and create a Facebook event and invite people that way. But you want to be the one that's in charge of it because you have access to cute pictures. You want to make sure you're in control of the verbiage. You also want to make sure that you get a way to contact each person individually. Okay. In this day and age, I do a lot via Facebook, but I also still ask for phone numbers in case they don't respond to me in a private message. Okay. So again, going back to the orange script, You earn blank, 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 put something in there, for having 4 friends over 18 attend the appointment. Okay, so again, like I always offer, again, if you're offering the gift cards, you're already offering the gift cards, but you want to offer a little something to get the guest list. And what I offer is a free mineral eyeshadow. So, and notice how we're walking through. So you'll earn like a free mineral eyeshadow as well for having 4 friends over 18 attend the appointment. So you want to just get me your guest list within the next like 24, 48 hours. Do you think you can do that? And she's like, oh, okay, sure. And then I'll say something like, so if we want 4 people there, we probably want to invite at least 8, maybe 10, maybe 12, because, you know, a third will be able to come. And you really want to be able to make sure that you get enough people, because I want you to get the $10 for each person and the free mineral eyeshadow. Okay, so maybe get me a guest list in the next day or two with like 12 people on it, 15, you know, whatever. Like, see how I'm just kind of stepping it up, and it's like not a big deal. It's just her girlfriend list, okay? And it even says, so the next thing we'll do is follow up in 24 hours to confirm the date and time and get your list of girlfriends so we can get the invitation sent out to them. Here's the key, guys. It says, would tomorrow evening be a good time for me to follow up with you? Okay, again, I might say something a little different. I might say, what would be better? Should I call you tomorrow, or would the next day be best? Like, I give them a choice. I just like giving people choices. I don't like yes or no questions. And then I pick a time. Again, it's like an appointment in my calendar that I'm calling to get the guest list. That way she knows I'm calling. She can text me, email me, whatever the list, but then it's there, okay? Now, in this green box, it talks about the 24 hours later. Your goal in that call, and I say 24 to 48, okay? Confirm the date and time to get her guest list, offer her that free mineral eyeshadow for getting it to you, ask her questions from the party sheet. Well, that really is your profile card, okay? And I'm just going to give you the questions I ask. There's 3 or 4, okay? So if you know this person, then you don't need to worry about, is she black, is she white, is she brown, is she tan, like, you know. But if you don't know, right, that's an important question. So you need to find out like skin tones of people, because let me just tell you, I've gone to a party and the one girl, the hostess, was white, but all her friends were black, and I brought no bronze foundations. And who felt like a big idiot? This girl did, right? So that's one question. Now, you may not need to ask that to the hostess, okay, because you probably know her, but you're going to ask, you know, when was the last time you tried Mary Kay products? Even if you think she hasn't tried it before, don't assume anything. Ask her, okay? Well, and how long has it been? When was the last time we tried stuff together? If you, like, maybe this is, you guys tried Mary Kay a long time ago, right? Or you don't know if she ever has. You know, the question is, you know, have you ever tried Mary Kay? When was the last time again you tried Mary Kay? How long has it been? The reason I always just double check and ask that is I want to make sure I'm not stepping on someone's toes. I want to make sure she doesn't have another consultant. I also want to gauge really what products she might have tried. At this point in your Mary Kay careers, I want you to know that our entire catalog, minus a handful of things, like 5 to 6, have completely changed. There is not a same Mary Kay face today that there was 5 years ago. So know that, be confident that when people say something like, oh, I'm not into Mary Kay, or oh, I'm allergic, or you can be like, oh my God, girl, everything has changed. Like, there's like maybe 3 or 4 products, a handful, that are still the same. Everything has changed. Okay, that gives you the knowledge and the words to hopefully turn something into a positive and book them. Okay, a little side note. But your questions are, when was the last time you tried Mary Kay? Okay. Number 2 is going to be, are you allergic to anything? Okay, now some people are going to give you medicines and food. That's fine. And some food ingredients are important for you to know, okay, like shellfish. I don't think we have anything with shellfish, but we used to. So any of the ingredients you can search, and that's important. I also ask them to describe their skin to me. Tell me, I give them some specifics. I say, tell me about your skin. Is it more dry? Is it more oily? Is it acne prone, sensitive? Like, I give them a couple identifiers, because that way they can tell me. I want to know these things, right? And then last but not least, if I can wave my Mary Kay magic wand and just change one thing about your skin, make it look better, feel better, or enhance it in some way, what would you want me to do? And it's important to say enhance, because you're going to have someone who says, well, I look amazing. I don't need to change anything. But everyone wants to enhance or learn something. So it's like a safety word in there for you. Okay. And that's why I ask my hostess, I confirm her. And I let her know, like, actually, these are the questions I need to ask your girlfriends. So thank you so much for like giving me their numbers. Now, would you prefer that I call them or text them? Or would you prefer that you call and text them to find out all this information? I just want to be sure that I do my professional job of being the most prepared. And guys, that's, key words to say over and over: professional, professional. You are a professional. No one looks at me now and is like, Kim doesn't know what she's doing. I am a professional. I say that word all the time. I have confidence like that. But when I was new, I did not think I was professional. And I wasn't. But here's the thing I learned. I learned to say it so I could fake it till I made it. Okay, and that's what I want you to do. You want to assume that professional position. You want to say be professional, because then guess what? They're going to see you as a professional, not just the Mary Kay girl. Okay, that's important. All right, so let's go back to our little coaching list here. And then here it gives you a great pre-profiling voicemail. And guys, this is really what pre-profiling is just getting that information from the guest list now. Okay, so we've already confirmed, we got our guest list, we're sending out invitations. She's either asking all the people these questions or you are. So if you have to call people or text them, this is going to be a base little conversation. Hey, Sarah, this is Kim. I'm friends with Jane Doe and I'm the Mary Kay. I never say Mary Kay lady. I say I'm the professional beauty consultant with Mary Kay. Another way to put in professional, doing Jane's party on Friday. I wanted to introduce myself and ask you a few questions about your skin and makeup preferences so I can totally be prepared for you. We're going to have a lot of fun. It'll be super chill and a relaxing night in. We will do a satin hands treatment 10 minutes before the party starts, and I will bring a goodie bag of samples for everyone who comes. Can't wait to meet you. Okay, so that's the voicemail I'm going to leave, and then I'll send a follow-up text message that says, hey girl, this is Kim with Mary Kay. I just left you a quick voicemail. Let me know that we can connect. I had a few questions about your skin for the session. Cannot wait to meet you in person. I mean, truly, if I'm working my parties right, I'm building a relationship with these people so that when I meet them for the first time face to face, they know me already. That's the ideal. The ideal is, someone walks in, I'm like, oh my God, Sarah, oh my God, you are even more beautiful than on your Facebook profile. Get over here. We hug each other. I'm so excited for you tonight. Remember about that special supplement I was telling you about? I brought that with me. You are going to love that. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, we already have some kind of rapport. I know about her skin. She's excited about something I brought just for her. Very, very important. The samples, as it references in the script, guys, just get like, let me show you here. Let me jump over to my little sample bin. You don't have to be like, put a lot of time and energy in this, but I have a key ring with lip glosses, okay? And for everyone that comes on time, I just pass this around. I say, guys, go ahead and pick 2 or 3 samples off, so you can try them. You can have ones made up in little goodie bags with chocolates. You can be as convenient or as cutesy as you need to, but don't, just keep it simple, okay? It's about just giving them something fun as a thank you. You can attach your business card if you do a little bag. If I'm running behind on stuff, if it's a busy week and I don't have things made up, this is what goes with me as a free little gift, because then people can pick what they would like, okay? So, all right, so that is how we pre-profile. And let me give you a couple tips, because let's just say you might have somebody who doesn't call you back, or if you're private messaging on Facebook, you can see that they see it, but no one's responded. So I think that's an awful feature. I think it's an awful feature. By the way, if you have your cell phone, you have an iPhone, and you can control your read receipts, turn your read receipts off. Just do that for yourself. Even though I do enjoy being able to know that you saw my text message, but then I think, why hasn't she called me back? Psh, I must not be important. And you're probably laughing because you're like, I've done that with other people, or like, I'll look at my husband read it, and he'll, I'll be like, why hasn't he called me? I asked him to call me. Like, come on, So just turn your read receipts off, because that plays games up here. So does Facebook. So I just want to preface you on this, that like, you're going to see that people read their messages and didn't get back to you. Don't let that wear on your heart and your mind. Like their 2-year-old could be on their phone playing with buttons, and that's who pulled up your message and saw it. And the person actually never saw it, okay? Or they could just looked at it real quick, like, oh, yeah, I got to get back to her. I have this. Oh, my mom called. And they could forget. They might not even completely read your message. So just keep that in mind, okay? But if you have someone who's not getting back to you, that's where you reach out to your hostess and you say, hey, I'm having a hard time getting a hold of Sarah. Is there any way, can I send you a couple questions to send to her? Or have you heard from her? Do you know if she's able to make it or not? Use your hostess and connect through your hostess, okay? Just don't let that stuff wear on your heart and your head, okay? Because we can do that and play these emotional games with ourselves, and it's no fun. All right, so pre-profiling and coaching, super important. Mary Kay always said a party worth holding is a party worth coaching. You don't want to just get parties on your books and then like 2 weeks before be like, hey girl, we good to go? Because that was how Kim Moore started her Mary Kay business. Kim Moore, who for 6 years had like 2 parties, who sold next to nothing except to herself. She would book these parties, and then like the week of, she'd be like, oh, hey Sarah, you good to go, girl? Who's all coming? And they'd be like, well, we didn't hear from you. Like, what? Okay, so don't be like that. Follow this routine. Keep it simple, okay? Book it. As soon as you book it, start coaching right away. In 24 to 48 hours, get your confirmation call. And truly, that is when you can count that there's a party on your books. Until you've booked it and then had that 24, 48 hours to confirm and get the guest list, I don't really count it as a real legit party. And in fact, many of you have been working with me. I know Bree, I was one of the first things, okay, get me your guest list, who you're bringing and inviting. Until I see that from her, I may double book something else in her spot because I just don't know that it's going to hold, until I check back in. And I want you guys to do that too, because your time is valuable. When you are working and you want to make money, and you want to be making sure that if something falls through, that you have something to go do. You have a job, right? Rather than just like a day off. So that's going to help you make sure that your appointments hold and you get great results. Okay. So now we want to go back to our packet here. We're going to squeeze by, and we're going to talk a little bit about our party outline. We'll come back to this, back to the career path. We're actually going to skip ahead to, I hope I'm not making anybody sick because I zoomed in and I'm going really fast. Bingo, the perfect 12. This is the most amazing tracking sheet ever. Love this tracking sheet, okay? I used to hate to track, but I am successful and make a lot of money because I now track. So I want you to think about that. People who don't make any money don't track. People who are successful and make lots of money do. Simple as that. If you were an entrepreneur of a whole business you created yourself, if you were a CEO of a company, you would know your stats. You would, okay? So why would we not know our own stats for our own Mary Kay business? You're an entrepreneur, you're the CEO, you need to know these things. So this is a great practice sheet, and you're going to want to print this out. And I would just go ahead and print one out for the next 4 months, right? Or one for the whole year, and just be done and have it ready to go. Being prepared is half the battle. So you're going to write your name, your director, and the month in here, okay? Now, the very top right, you get to check off every face you're in front of. So again, I'm going to use Bree as an example because we have her debut party tomorrow night. And as of right now, we have 10 women coming to her debut party. Which, by the way, when you are a consultant that's new in our unit and you come in with one of our inventory packages, you get a debut with me as one of the perks because we want to help you move your business. And when you have 10 or more friends at your debut party, you get another special gift from me. So, and it's more than a kiss and a hug, Bree, so get ready, okay? But so if we have 10 people that come, she's going to color in 10 of those blocks, half of those blocks, right? So, if you look at that, there's 30 blocks split in half equals 60, okay? But this is important so we can track our numbers. It's important to know how many faces you're in front of in a calendar month because that's going to show us why we're making the amount of money we are or why we're not making that amount, okay? To the left, you're going to see track your full circle parties. Now, I'm going to zoom in, okay, so you guys can see this really easily. In light pink Row 4, 6, 8, and 12 are highlighted. These are goal levels for you. Goal levels, okay? And it tells you what these each stand for. So a party equals a hostess plus 2 or more guests, okay? A full circle party means that we got $200 in orders. That could be at the party or outside of it too, like outside orders can count. You book 2 more parties, and you book 2 women at least to be a career survey for you, okay? Now, we just talked about booking parties, that we would probably not really count those parties until we confirmed in 24 to 48 hours, right? But that is a full circle party, okay? And so your goal is to fill this up, okay? Now, when I was new, if someone told me to hit 20 parties in a month, I would have slapped you crazy. Like, what? There's just no way I can do that. Okay, each one of you are different. Some of you are saying, I could totally do that. Okay, that's great. For me, I couldn't. So I like having levels. I like to be competitive with myself. Okay, so this perfect 4 was like a great place for me to start, right? Like, okay, my goal is to hit my perfect 4. So I'd hit 4 parties, right? And then I want to make sure that I got full circle parties for each of them. I tracked my sales, how many parties I booked from those parties, and how many career surveys I booked. Okay, and then once I completed that, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it took me a couple months to hit a perfect 4. It wasn't right out of the gate. My first month, I think I booked like 7 parties, but then like only 2 of them held. Part of it was because I didn't coach, like I was saying. So this is where you're gonna kind of build your skill, build your confidence, figure out your routines. Okay, so some of you might hold a perfect 4 in September. Some of you, it might be October till you get the ball rolling. But every month you want to fill this out and work this sheet, okay? Now the cool thing over here, if we go back over to the right section, it's going to have, again, your career surveys. And there is a typo on the sheet, but this should be week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. It's not like Groundhog Day that we're playing week 1 over and over again in the month. But this is where you're going to write down the people who you are doing your career surveys with, okay? And YNM, yes, they're coming on board. No, they're not coming on board. Maybe, okay? And then it has room for next layer. And we're going to talk about career surveys. But, think about the conversations I had with each of you. It wasn't like a forced, well, are you joining my team or not? It was an open-ended conversation, us getting to know each other. Could this really benefit you? And if not, in that way, what is your next best step? You probably will hear me say that a lot when we do your career surveys together, or you probably can think back to when we had our conversation, that I would be like, well, what's your next best step? Here's a couple of options. You may book them for another party. You may book them to be a guest event at one of our events. You may have them shadow you at a party or come to a unit meeting, or they may sign up, right? Like, I give them options because I want that next layer. I don't want to just have them be like, well, it's just not for me right now, and then me never talk to them again, which is something I did as a new consultant. I just was like, okay, she's not interested. She's not interested in anything. I felt awkward that I never called her again. Oh my God, like literally the thousands of customers I probably have lost over the years because I don't know, I just did things wrong. So learn from my mistakes there and figure out what is their next best layer. There's also great tracking down here at the bottom. So there's a gold medal form. So when you add 5 team members, you sign them up in a calendar month, 5, that earns you a gold medal on a gorgeous charm bracelet. When you earn 4, add 4 in a month, it gets you a silver medal. And when you do 3, it's a bronze medal. Okay, so here's where you can track your new personal team members. Now, is it hard to gold medal? I'm going to tell you, as a new consultant, I absolutely thought it was. But if you notice, every month, I'm normally adding at least 5 to 10 people just myself. So why am I adding that many people? It comes back to tracking on this sheet. Okay, I'm adding that many people because I'm hitting my perfect 4 or my perfect 6 or 8 or 12. I'm not just holding one party, right? I'm working this smart. I'm getting the party sales I need, the future bookings, and I'm doing the career surveys. When you do full circle parties, you grow all areas of your business, okay? I don't care if you do the perfect 4 versus the epic 20. You're going to see results in massive ways when you're working full circle. So that's why that's defined up here for you. So make sure you use that to the fullest of your ability. Now, also down here, You're going to have a place where you can track your sales and your wholesale. Okay, and so what I like to do is I use this section to track my reorders versus my party sales. Here's an example, and I'll show you my sheet. So up here, I have all my party sales. Okay, great. But you might have people who order online, or your mom hits you up for a mascara, or your best friend hits you up for this or that, or someone that you made a customer from a year ago, you know, or a couple months ago needs the reorder on their Miracle Set. Okay, so that's where I track all those other reorders right there on that retail, and I can easily look and see what my party sales were for that week, and I write both numbers here. Because I think that's important to know. It's important for you to look at where you can say, okay, I sold $1,000, 700 was at my 3 parties, 300 was in my reorders. Again, we should know our stats. Plus that also, as we grow your business, that's going to help us to predict your income. Okay, very crucial, very important. Okay, and I know everything. I know my money. I'll show you my tracking sheet here just for this week, because then I use those numbers and I do simple money management based off the sheet. I just say, okay, I sold $1,000, 60% is 600. So 600 is is my budget for my reordering my preferred customer. 400 is my profit. I write myself my profit check, and everything that's left in my account is what I use to replace my inventory. And it makes my life so easy. This sheet, I just love it. And then over here, month to date, keep adding weekly results for month end totals. So this kind of looks a little crazy. This is like all scratched up and highlighted and crossed off, and that's a sign that you're working. That's good, okay? You don't want these to look nice and neat. But how many qualified parties? Okay, that's working full circle. How many total faces have you seen? What's your total retail sales for the month? That would be all your party sales and your reorders. How many surveys, career surveys did we complete? How many new team members did you add? And your quarter to date towards your star, okay? Now, it gives you, again, breaks it down here. I'm going to zoom in so everyone can see this. Requirements for your perfect 12 levels, okay? So again, breaks this down. And I think this is important for you to know, because I want you to see the money and the potential. If you hold the 4 parties, you should see about 20 faces, right? Some are going to be 3 to 4, some are going to be 6 to 8, but your average would be 20 faces. You're going to have about 4 career surveys, right? Our goal is to hold 2, book 2, okay? But not everyone's going to hold, and that's okay, all right? So you still book 2, knowing that probably half of them are going to reschedule or be posted for next month or never happen at all. That way we should hold at least 4 of the 8 we booked. You're probably going to sell about 800 retail, so that means your wholesale reorder would be 400. Okay? Love that. Love that, love that, love that. Okay? And it gives you a weekly focus. All right? You know, 1 reorder, you know, 1 new booking, $100 in $200 sold in retail and reorders. Like, it's just giving you like a goal. Okay, of how to break that down. So if you're someone who wants to be a diva, that's ordering 600 wholesale in a month. We talk about what we order because it's just the simplest to relate to in terms. But hear my heart on this. I never want you pulling out your credit card and ordering 600 just for giggles because you want to be a diva. You should be either ordering 600 because you are investing in inventory with a strategy in mind, or you are ordering 600 because you sold $1,200 and 600 is your reorder, right? Okay, we do proper money management. So this gives you another goal. So if you're like, well, listen, I really want to be a diva. I want to get that jewelry every month. I want to be at the diva party. I want to be a star. You really want to probably aim for the 6 parties, okay? Because there are 6 parties. You should be seeing about 30 faces. That's going to give you 6 career surveys. We should be selling about $1,200 in retail at those parties. Okay, so that gives you an idea. And your weekly focus is going to be between 1 to 2 parties, okay, 1 to 2 career surveys each week, and then about $150 in wholesale, about 300 that you sell. Okay, it's just going to that's how it breaks it all down for you. Okay, so I love that, love that, love that. Okay, if you're someone who's like, you know, well, I want to earn a car, you probably want to get to your 6 minimum. Okay. I will share with you as a director. I mean, as a director, before I was pregnant, Epic 20, being Cadillac director, someone who's making a 6-figure income. As a new director, I was between 8 to 12, and then I grew that to where I am now. Okay. Now that I'm in my 3rd trimester, I'm probably around the 6 to 8 because I'm just tired. So, but again, because I've built a solid business, I'm still getting those reorders, right? And I'm still making money, and I'm still working with my customers, and I'm working with my team. And that's why you want to build this with a solid foundation right out of the gate, so that you too can have those periods of life where if you need to like take it down, you can, but your income is still going up. Okay. That's the beauty of building this business smart. So this is our perfect 12 sheet. Okay. And it's called perfect 12 because 12 is the ideal, but there's different levels on there for you. So, and as your business coach, every month I'm looking for women who are filling this sheet out. Okay. The more you want from this business, the more you have of me. I only ask very little. One of the things I ask is this sheet, so there was nothing more exciting. Like, look at my hair, like exciting than getting a Voxer with a picture of your 12 sheet and be all messed up. And it's like, okay, here's what I got going so far for week 1. Here's what I got for week 2. Every week just updating me. Like, that's what I look for. So if you're someone who's like, seriously, I want to be mentored by Kim. I want to build this. I don't care if you want to build it slow and steady or you want to run the fastest race of your life. That's what I expect, is that every week you are giving me a snapshot of this. And that's what Voxer is so great for. So make sure you are downloading Voxer and that you are using that and checking it in at least once a day, or every other day, so that we can respond and go back and forth. It's such a great coaching tool, because for so many of us, we don't have the same schedule, especially once I have Lincoln here. I have no idea what to expect. Hopefully he's a good baby, but I want to make sure that I can still give you that coaching time and help you, and that will allow us to connect in such a way. Okay, so perfect 12. That is like your focus. Now, this goes hand in hand. Like, if you're filling this out and tracking this every month, it gives us great feedback. It helps us to see what our weak links are, and it's going to help you finish your star. Okay, and this is where we're going to end today, helping you to finish your star. So this is a sheet that I actually print out and use for myself every quarter. So again, our star quarter ends on the 15th. That's this Saturday. And the 16th of September will begin the next one. And that will run the whole way through December 15th. Okay. So there's 4 quarters to the year. And this gives you 21 ways to finish your star. Okay. Now I hate like poor planning. Who likes that? Who finds that fun? Like, oh, I want to be a star consultant and there's 36 hours left. What can I do? We've all been there. We've all been like, procrastinators, and that sheet can work. But what we want is to build your business that you're a star early, that you're finished your star before your star quarter. That you're not just squeaking it in. I mean, you're going to have moments in your American business where you're squeaking a victory in, but ideally we want a plan, and that's where that sheet comes in handy. So let's go back to that. And, what is your goal? So, if you haven't filled this out, let's fill this out for our last week. Let's end on a strong note. The minimum star quarter to be a star is 1,800 wholesale. You're going to want to write that down. That's for you to do. Okay. So when you hit 1,800 wholesale, anybody who you recruit during that quarter that comes in and they hit their Great Start Qualified bonus, they bump you up 600 points. Okay. When we're done with this sheet, I'm going to pull up the website and show you all the cool prizes you can earn. Okay. And it's so great because this is the first quarter. You can also be in the running for the Ted Baker handbag collection at the end of the year, which is awesome. How much wholesale do you have in for the quarter? Okay, how much do we need to finish? So if we need 1,800 minus what we got, okay, how much is left? Break that down. We're going to multiply that by 2. If I need $400 wholesale left times 2, that's 800 retail I need to sell. Because I just don't want you not making money to make star. I want you to have the 400 to place the reorder and have the 400 profit for yourself as well. How many qualified team members do I need to add to bump me up to my higher levels? How many people do I need to interview? Okay, and we'll go over more of this in the career survey portion next week, but every 5 women who you do a career survey with, 1 will sign and become your team member. Okay, she may become a personal use team member. She may become an Offspring sales director. Who knows? But 1 in 5 will typically sign. Okay, but this gives you some great ideas about silent hostesses, gift baskets, a phone lottery. So make sure you keep this. This is a great idea. My director challenged me every month, try one of these things. Do something new that I could learn and see what I like and have fun with it, and see how I can increase my sales, and like also offer fun rewards to my customers. Okay. So let's just pause this for 1 second. Let me pull up our Mary Kay website, and let me get that up here. Okay, so I'm going to pull up Mary Kay in Touch. Okay, so this is my Mary Kay in Touch. Mine looks a little different. By the way, this bracelet is so gorgeous. Mine just came in. I should open it up so you can see it. Like, I love this gorgeous jewelry that we get. You're going to go to contests, and you're going to go to Star Quarter 1. That's what ends on Saturday, okay? And we're going to scroll down here to the 1800 wholesale level. So this is your minimum level, right? So when you're a star, we have gorgeous jewelry. We have like this lighted party fountain, earbuds, and then of course there's gift cards. Many of you, I've said, hey, don't buy inventory carriers because you can get it for free, or use these. So MK Connections is the website where you can get your business cards and everything that has the Mary Kay logo on it. You can also get a super certificate, which is like a website you go to, and there's like, you can pick Amazon, restaurants, hair salons, gas, travel, all sorts of fun gift cards on there. So you get to pick whatever you want. It's not Mary Kay related, which is kind of cool. Now, if you hit your 1800 and we recruit a team member and she comes in either with inventory before the 15th or hits her great start before the 15th of September, then you would get bumped up by 600 points, and that would put you to the ruby level. Okay, and then the prizes get a little bit prettier and better. Okay, and your gift cards get a little bit higher. Okay, and so the more you have in sales, the more team members you add, the higher and higher you go. So how many points do you think your director has? Well, I'm going to tell you. This Kate Spade smartwatch, as soon as I saw that, I was like, that's what I wanted. So I figured out my points. Now I'm going to tell you, I have over 10,000 in. So I'm the highest level. But I'm going to get the Kate Spade, and then I have enough to get this level for a $150 gift card that I'll go shopping for Lincoln. Yay, fun stuff. So you get to mix and match, and you get to have multiple prizes, okay? And then they will send you an email where you can pick your prize selection out, okay? Every quarter this changes. So on the 16th, we'll have a new prize catalog, all right? Now, the one thing that's really important about this quarter, first of all, any quarter you're a star, I host a star party. And it's like a mystery night surprise. And if you can't make it, that's okay. You still get something, so don't worry about it. I want you to be recognized and made to feel important on our team. But if you can come to the star parties, I'm pretty fun. We have a good time, okay? But if you are a star quarter right out of the gate, then you get the consistency prize if you do it all 4 quarters. Let's see. Contests. All-Star, Star Consultant. Okay. Ted Baker London handbags. Some of these are worth $500-$600. Some are worth like $100. We have this gorgeous like leather wallet, this satin crotch body, not a crotch body, crossbody, pregnancy brain. We're going to go with that. You have to be a star all 4 quarters. Okay. So if you are on here now, that is your plan. Okay. Now, as you recruit new people on your team, by the way, just know they have slightly different rules, because if they miss the first quarter, Mary Kay still wants them to have an eligibility to earn this too. So we can reference those alternate rules for them as the year goes on. They have to do a little bit more in less time, but they could still earn some of this as well. And right now, all of you are completely eligible for all of this. Gorgeous, gorgeous handbags. Okay. On top of everything else you get to earn. So, all right. I am going to open it up for questions. And so I don't know if you've never used Zoom before, there is a chat feature. You can chat with me, all of you, like a group message. Like I just send a message to everyone that says hi, or you can just message me individually, or you can go over and unmute yourself and ask a question. But I want to open it up to questions to see, what your takeaways are tonight, or what really made a difference, or what are you still unclear about anything that we discussed this evening, because we covered a lot of stuff tonight. So I will open it up to you guys. Oh, this is a good question. Okay, when or how do we pick, receive our point prize? That is a great question. So the quarter will end on Saturday, and then sometime between Sunday and the next week, they will email you, which is why it's important to always have the most updated email on your InTouch system for you. Okay, and in that email will be say, congratulations for being a star. You can click on it and order your prize there, or let me show you another way. We're going to go back to InTouch, and over here where it says action items, I can click on that, and it tells you, oh, I have a new personal website order. That's fun. That's good. Yay, making money tonight. I have 698 customer reminders. I need to check those off. I don't have that many. They're all done. I just forgot to check them off. But it tells us what our unit production is, and then right here you have one prize action item. So and then I click on that, and it will take me and show me what my prize is. And see right here it said I qualified for the jewelry, blah, 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 boom. Okay. And then it'll be like a click here, and I could, for the prizes, for the star. Okay. So that's a really cool feature on InTouch that they have for us. So thank you. That was a really good question, Shelby. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anything else? Did you all feel like tonight was helpful? Okay. That's important. All 4 weeks are going to come together and really help you get your footing strong. Okay, and week 1 we really focus on what's active, and the active status, and building your business. How to start with that contact list. Tonight we talk about the next steps with the contact list and that Perfect 12 program and the Star Consistency program. Next week we're going to focus on career surveys and how to team build, and also how to close your parties. That's a big one. Okay, and we're going to talk a little bit about your personality. And then our last week is money management, and that's going to be your favorite topic because you're going to want to maximize how much money you make from every party and appointment. But we're going to keep it super simple, so it's not like boring, like filling out a checkbook register. That's no fun. We're going to make it super fun so that you can showcase to your husband or to your significant other or any of those non-believers. You can show them all the income you're bringing in. Okay, that's my favorite part, because when people they see that, they're like, oh, this is cool. Yeah, this is cool. You can really make a solid income for life on this business. So, all right, ladies, well, if there is no questions, we're going to end tonight's training. If you do have any other questions, feel free to message me or box me later tonight. Your homework, okay, your homework is to print out your Perfect 12. Get that set up. I know we're already 10 days into September. Don't worry about it. Start using that. I know many of you on here have parties coming up this week, so let's track your business and let's aim for the best. I mean, Bree, I think, oh my gosh, if you have 10 people tomorrow, you're like halfway to earning a power start. So that's exciting, So let's see what we can max out this month. So guys, have a great night, and reach out if you have any other. Oh, I do have one more question. How do we fill out the prize voucher? Yes. So the prize voucher on Facebook, this is a great question, is for prizes that I offer to you that come from your mama to you. Anything that comes from the company, they already have set up. They track it all on InTouch. So, but get into the habit of every month when I post the prize voucher to just log in and check things off, because there might be things that are awarded for prizes that maybe you missed or didn't know. And again, if you're tracking your business with your Perfect 12 sheet, you'll know, oh, I did see that many people. I earned that this month. Okay, cool. And then you can fill that out. Okay, so that's a great, great question. Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys. Well, if you have any other questions, just box me or private message me. And I can't wait to work with all of you this week. I know we have big things in store, 2 big debuts for Shelby and Bree this week. And I know Amanda is working on her big Power Start month in September too. So you guys have an awesome evening, and I will see y'all soon. Take care, everybody.